Yeah, it's one of those things too. Like as a coach, to Jeff's point, like it was so efficient. So like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna trap them. You're gonna try to like deny them. You're gonna take something else away. And if you're Matt Painter, who's one of the best in the business to ever do it, you don't really see, and you can't. What are your adjustments to what the guy's doing? And I mean, what a win! I mean, Illinois. I've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. I don't think there's a hotter team in the country. I
Mhm.
really don't. I know Arizona and they haven't lost yet, and we'll get into them a little bit. But the way that Illinois is playing and how well they're playing and the ball movement and everything they're doing is impressive. And if you're on the opposing sidelines, it's like, as a fan, you could say, okay, what are you supposed to do? Why wouldn't you take him out? What else are you going to do? How would you take him out? How would you try to slow him down? How would you try to stop him? It was it was that was an elite level performance from a guy. Like, I mean, this is the best freshman class that we've seen. I'm going to say it again, Jeff. Maybe ever. Like, when's the last
Maybe,
time we saw a freshman
maybe.
class?
Yeah, I mean,
When's the last
you can make a case. You can make a case it's
you
up
have?
there, especially with days like today, because we never had Keaton Wagler as even in the conversation with all these other guys.
No, but
He's joined
yeah.
the party.
But the other thing that's so impressive about it is there's 26-year-olds playing college basketball right now. And look what these
Yes.
freshmen are doing. Like there's 26-year-olds playing college basketball, and these guys are doing what they're doing. That's what's impressive to me. Like, I mean, and then another
You're
one
right.
pops up every single day. You know, so I mean, what that was, and to go into that environment. Now, listen, Purdue. I mean, Fletcher Lawyer, like, and Jeff, me and you and Robbie Hummel talked about this the other day. I mean, I know he's missing open shots, but it's like another game struggles. Like, where's he at right now? Like, what is the issue? You don't want to get into the mental game, but it's become a little bit mental with him. If this Purdue team is going to win a national championship, and I'm not hitting the panic button for them at all, but he has to play better. He has to.
Yep.
I think I
I
am
thought
hitting
the
the
biggest
panic
thing.
button.
Go
Rob,
ahead.
I think I am hitting the panic button defensively. I do. I think I'm hitting it with Purdue defensively. I just don't think they can win 6. I think they're going to go up against somebody that's going to expose them like Illinois did today. Now, obviously, you need guys who can space it and take advantage of putting in Oscar Clough in situations that, frankly, he can't get out and close
Mhm.
out. But you need a certain team to do it. I know not every team can do that, but I think there's going to be one team along the way that does it.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing, okay? And I don't know if you are going to be able to do what Illinois did to Purdue unless you are Illinois, right? Like the way that they were able to scheme matchups. Matt, you can attest to this, man. I don't think Brad Underwood really ran a lot of like it was nothing complicated. Like there were no sets. It was we're going to put Keaton Wagler on a ball screen. We're going to figure out which matchup we want, and he's going to go up and set the ball screen. And if they switch, then we're going to have Keaton Wagler playing where we want him in the matchup we want. And if they don't, then they come off that ball screen. They're going to hedge hard, and you could throw it back to the big guy that is picking and popping, right? And if you do hedge hard, then he's so good at kind of snaking that ball screen and finding a way to be able to get to the basket. And then what you saw was Purdue tried different coverage, right? They were pre-switching. They tried hedging hard and getting up on the wings. They tried playing and drop, and that didn't work. And then the couple times that they were able to actually get through the ball screen and survive it, there were miscommunications. There was one where they swung and they hit David Mirkovic in the corner and he knocked down to 3. There was another one where Ivasic, it was a pick and a pop, and they threw it back to him, and he hit a big one that I think put him up by 5 with about a minute left. I think that this said a lot more about Illinois than it said about Purdue. I thought Braden Smith was fantastic. If Keaton Wagler doesn't do what Keaton Wagler did tonight, we would be sitting here having the same conversation about Braden Smith. And I think that he was terrific. I thought that overall Purdue played really, really well. It was just that Illinois picked the right night to go 18 for 38 from 3. Like there's a reason why, Matt, they are the number 1 offense in college basketball right now, according to Ken Pom. And I think that this said more about who they are and how difficult they are to guard than anything else. Purdue is like, Goodman, you're right. Like Purdue is probably not among the elite of the elite. They're not there with Arizona and those teams in that tier. They're probably a half a step below that. I'm not saying that. But to me, this performance said a lot more about Illinois to me than it did about Purdue.
I totally agree that it says a lot more about Illinois. Like, totally agree. But to Jeff's point, the foot speed, like drop, I hate drop coverage. I mean, I'm an offensive coach. Who am I to talk about defense when, our teams could always score and we weren't always great defensively, but drop coverage is, to me, the worst way to guard pick and rolls. Because if you get a good guard and he gets it going, he knows how to read that drop. Like he knows if the big is going to commit to him, he's going to drop it off or he's going to read the protection or wherever it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
If the big is going to commit to getting back to his man, he's going to go down the lane and make the right play. So drop coverage to me is the worst way to guard pick and rolls. And I get it when you have a front court player like Clough, like who is as big as he is, but I think not to critique Purdue too much, because I do think if they win the national championship, none of us would be surprised. But it says way more about Illinois and where this program is. And I'll go back to this, and I've said it on the show a million times in terms of Coach Underwood. He has evolved with the times. Like, go back to when he was the head coach at Stephen F. Austin, and everything was below the three-point line, and we're going to play smash mouth basketball, and we're just going to defend, we're going to rebound, and this is how we're going to play. No, pace and space. He's evolved. He's grown. He's evolved with the times, that's what you have to do in coaching in today's day and age. You can't just be completely set in your ways of, we're only going to play this way. This is the only way we're going to do things. That to me is the story, and it's so impressive for Coach Underwood. I mean, so Oklahoma State underneath the 3-point line. Let's just be really physical. Let's try to out rebound everybody, and let's do this. No, it's kind of neat to see, like when you think about it.
Yep. Goodman, real quick on this. So to me, here's as I went back and I watched this game, right? The thing that I kept thinking about is that Purdue was built like all of these other top teams in the country. They're built like Arizona. They're built like Michigan, where you got a couple of bigs together, right? And I think when you watch them do this, I'm thinking, okay, well, how is Michigan going to be able to guard when you have all of these bigs that can space the floor? And how is Arizona going to be able to guard them when you have all of these bigs that can space the floor? Like, me watching this with Illinois is like, this is a team that is going to create problems against the best teams in college basketball because of the way that they can play.
I mean, yes, but Arizona's got like Koa Pete, who's got really good foot speed and can get out there and guard some of those bigs. Michigan, Morez Johnson, could get out there and guard some of these bigs. Purdue's bigs just don't have that, especially with Trey Kaufman-Renn right now not looking like he's anything close to 100%. He's not. So I don't know. I mean, again, I think it's a combination here. I think Illinois, again, Wagler had the game of his life, probably never going to have 46 again. He was remarkable in this performance. And again, like, they found something here. But I just think Purdue's not as good as what we thought. They're not as good. And we knew their flaws. We knew their flaws coming in, but we didn't know Trey Kaufman-Renn was going to be banged up like this. We didn't know, Omar Meyer wasn't going to have as much of an impact. Like, I think we all thought he'd be the guy playing, 25, 28 minutes a game because of what he did in the summer internationally. And he's been a good piece, but he hasn't been what I think we figured at the highest end he could be.
Yep. You mentioned Keaton Wagner.
We thought Fletcher Laurie would be way better than he's playing.
Him too.
Based on what he's done.
Absolutely.
Like that is, to me, that's the one that's like, man, like senior year in college, you wouldn't think that he'd be.
Why is something going to change with him? But this is what he's been his entire career for the most part, right? Like, you get those big games, and then you get the games where he doesn't make shots, and there's not much in between. So, again,
I don't think tonight was on Meyer. I thought Meyer was really good, but he hasn't been up to his level.
I'm saying overall, not
Yep.
tonight, but why this Purdue team's upside
Yep.
isn't quite as high as what we thought it might be.
I agree with. You were able to earlier today, Jeff, catch up with Keaton Wagler, not Wagler, Keaton Wagler, after his 46-point outburst.